Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Before we begin, if these stories bring you peace, I'd be grateful if you'd take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps others find their way here too. But for now, let everything else fade away. Tonight, we're going somewhere warm, somewhere creative, somewhere full of color and care. We're going to a quilter's workshop to make a quilt. Not just any quilt. A quilt for someone you love, a gift, a covering, a warmth. We'll choose fabrics, cut squares, arrange patterns, stitch pieces together. Slowly, carefully, with love, creating something beautiful, something useful, something that will keep someone warm for years, for always. The ancient craft of quilting, of creating, of giving, of love. Let's prepare your body for rest. Find your most comfortable position. Adjust anything you need. You're safe here. You're exactly where you need to be. Take a gentle breath in through your nose. Hold it softly and release it slowly through your mouth. Good. Again. Breathe in slowly and deeply. Hold for a moment and let it go, releasing any tension from your day. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw relaxes, teeth slightly apart. Your tongue rests softly in your mouth. Your eyes are gently closed. There's nothing you need to see right now. Just my voice, just the story, just the piece. Feel your body becoming heavy, sinking into comfort, supported and safe. There's no hurry here, no rushing, just the slow work of quilting, just the careful cutting, the thoughtful arranging, the gentle stitching, creating something with time, with care, with love, the way quilts are made, the way they've always been made, slowly, carefully, perfectly. And now, when you're ready, come with me. We're going to the quilter's workshop. It's evening, the perfect time for detailed work, for creative work, for work that needs attention, calm attention, focused attention, the kind that comes when the day is ending, when the world is quieting, when you can concentrate completely on this, on making, on creating, on quilting. The workshop is a room in a house, maybe upstairs, maybe downstairs, doesn't matter, just a room dedicated to this, to quilting, to fabric, to creation, the quilter's space, where quilts are born, where pieces become whole, where love becomes tangible, becomes quilt. You enter, the door opening quietly, closing softly behind you. The outside world, left outside, just you, just the room, just the evening, just the work ahead, just the quilt to be made, the smell, immediate, distinctive. Fabric. That's the first thing. The smell of fabric, cotton fabric, new fabric, the slight stiffness, the sizing, the newness, the potential, clean smell, fresh smell, the smell of possibility, of what will be, of quilt to be. And underneath, older fabric smell, vintage fabric, from the collection, from years, from decades, of gathering, of keeping, of treasuring, the softer smell, the loved smell, the fabric that has been waiting for the right quilt, for the right moment, for now. The room, not large, but sufficient, just right, for quilting, for working, for creating. A table, large table, cutting table, in the center, flat, smooth, perfect, for measuring, for cutting, for arranging. Everything happens here. On this table, this surface, this workspace, shelves, along the walls, floor to ceiling, full, completely full, of fabric, bolts of fabric, folded fabric, stacks of fabric, organized, by color, by type, by use, the Quilter's collection, built over years, over decades, each piece, chosen, loved, kept, for someday, for the right project, for this, maybe, for tonight's quilt, the colors, everywhere, every color, imaginable, reds, blues, greens, yellows, purples, oranges, pinks, browns, whites, creams, every shade, every hue, every tone, solids, prints, patterns, florals, stripes, dots, plaids, everything. All together, creating. Rainbow, creating. Possibility, creating. Beauty, just from being, just from existing, just from waiting to become. Quilt, the light, important, very important, for quilters, for seeing, colors, patterns, stitches, everything. Good light, bright light, but not harsh, not glaring, just clear, just sufficient, just perfect, for seeing, for working, for creating. The lamp, over the table, focused, directed, illuminating. The workspace, the surface, the place, where magic happens. You approach the table, the workspace, ready to begin, to create, to quilt, the project, already decided, in your mind, in your heart, a quilt for someone you love, a gift, a surprise, a warmth, for them, from you, made by your hands, your time, your love, the best gift, the most meaningful gift, a quilt, the pattern, chosen, simple pattern, classic pattern, square pattern, 9-patch maybe, or 4-patch, or simple blocks, not complicated, not difficult, just beautiful, just right, the kind of quilt that looks simple, but isn't, the kind that takes time, patience, love, the kind that lasts forever. The fabrics you've chosen already, days ago, weeks ago, thinking, planning, considering what colors, what patterns, what will work together, what will be beautiful, what will be right for them, for the person. This quilt is for 3 fabrics. For this quilt, simple but perfect. 3 is enough. 3 is right. 3 creates pattern, harmony, balance, beauty. The first fabric, a floral, small flowers, delicate flowers, on cream background, pretty, soft, feminine maybe, or just gentle, just beautiful. The flowers, tiny, scattered across the fabric, blues and greens. The flowers against the cream, perfect, beautiful, right. The second fabric, a solid, deep blue, rich blue, the color of evening sky, of twilight, of peace, solid, dependable, grounding, the solid, that makes the prince, shine, that gives, the eye, rest, that creates, balance, perfect blue, perfect solid, perfect choice. The third fabric, another print, but different, geometric, small, dots maybe, or tiny checks, in cream and blue, tying together. The other 2, the cream from floral, the blue from solid, together, in this, creating harmony, creating unity, creating the palette, the color story, the quilt's voice. You lay them out, the 3 fabrics, on the table, side by side, looking, assessing, confirming, yes, these are right, these will work, together, beautifully, the colors, singing together, harmonizing, creating, beauty, creating the quilt, already just from being, together, on the table, waiting, to become. The cutting must begin. First step, essential step. The fabric must become squares, uniform squares, same size, exactly same. Precision matters in quilting. Accuracy matters. The squares must fit together, must align, must create clean seams, straight lines, beautiful blocks, perfect quilt. The ruler, clear ruler, quilter's ruler, marked with lines, with measurements, with angles, everything needed for cutting, for accuracy, for precision. Heavy ruler, solid ruler, stays put, doesn't slip, perfect for cutting, perfect for quilting. The rotary cutter, round blade, sharp blade, in a handle, the tool. That changed. Quilting, forever. No more scissors, no more slow. Cutting, now, quick, clean, straight, cuts, through fabric, through layers, easy, perfect, beautiful. The rotary cutter, essential, beloved, perfect. The cutting mat, under the fabric, green mat, self-healing mat, marked with grid lines, measurements, angles, everything to help, to guide, to make cutting easy, accurate, perfect. The mat, protecting table, protecting blade, protecting everything essential. Tool. You begin with the floral, the delicate fabric. You smooth it on the mat, on the table, flat, no wrinkles, no folds, just smooth, just ready, just waiting for the cut, for the transformation, from yardage to squares. The ruler, placed on the fabric, aligned with the mat lines, with the measurements, exactly, precisely, carefully. The ruler, held firm, pressed down, secure, won't move, won't slip, ready. The rotary cutter, in your hand, comfortable grip, familiar weight, the blade, against ruler edge, against the fabric, ready to cut, to create, to begin. The transformation. You press, firmly, roll, smoothly, the blade, cutting, through fabric, clean cut, straight cut, perfect cut. The sound, satisfying, soft, shh, the fabric, separating, becoming, two pieces, where once was one. The cut, complete, beautiful, perfect. Again, measure, align, press, roll, another cut, another strip, the fabric, becoming, strips, long strips of fabric, ready for the next step, for cutting, into squares, into the pieces. That will become quilt. Turn the strips 90 degrees. Measure again. The square size. Decided 5 inches. 5-inch squares. Perfect size. Not too big, not too small. Just right. For this quilt, for these blocks, for this pattern. Align, press, roll, cut. A square. First square. Perfect square. 5 inches. Exactly. Beautiful square. Floral square with tiny flowers. On cream. Beautiful. Set aside. Gently. Carefully. First piece of the quilt. Again. Align. Press. Roll. Cut. Another square and another. The rhythm. Establishing the pattern. Becoming. Natural. Familiar. Easy. Measure. Align. Cut. The squares. Growing. Accumulating. Piling up. Floral squares. Beautiful squares. Perfect squares. You need many. Maybe 20. Maybe 30. Depends on quilt size, on pattern, on design, but many. The cutting continues. Peaceful, meditative, repetitive. Just this, just cuttings, yeah, just creating squares from fabric, pieces from whole, building blocks of quilt, the floral, complete, enough squares, cut, ready, set aside, in a pile, neat pile, careful pile, ready for later, for arranging, for stitching, the solid blue. Next, same process, same care, smooth, on mat, ruler, aligned, cutter, ready, press, roll, cut, the blade, through blue, deeper sound, thicker fabric, but same, clean cut, straight cut, perfect cut, strips, then squares, same size, 5 inches, exactly, matching. The floral squares must match, must align, must fit together perfectly. The blue squares, growing, deep blue, rich blue, beautiful blue, grounding. The collection, creating, balance, creating, harmony. The third fabric, the geometric print, last to cut. Same process, same rhythm, same care, smooth, measure, align, cut. The squares, emerging, cream and blue, print, pretty, perfect, tying together. The others, completing the collection, completing the palette. All cut now, all 3 fabrics, piles of squares, floral, solid, print. 3 piles, 3 colors, 3 patterns, all the same size, all perfect, all ready, ready for the next step, the arranging, the creating, the pattern, the design. You step back from the table, from the cutting, stretch, slightly, your back, your shoulders. The cutting takes time, takes focus, takes holding. One position, but good work, satisfying work. The squares, all cut, all ready, all perfect. Progress, visible, real, satisfying. Now, the arranging, the design, the most creative part, where the quilt becomes real in your mind, on the table, before sewing, before finishing. The arranging shows what will be, what could be, what the quilt will become. The design wall, some quilters have these, a wall covered in flannel, white flannel, where fabric, sticks, where squares can be placed, arranged, rearranged, viewed from distance. The design wall makes this easy, makes decisions clear, makes beauty visible. But tonight, the table is enough. The table works for this, for arranging, for designing, for creating the pattern that will be this quilt. You gather the squares, all of them, all 3 piles, floral, blue, print, so many squares, maybe 49, 7 by 7, perfect, square quilt, lap size, throw size, perfect, for them, for the person. This is for, you think, of them, the recipient, your daughter, maybe, or mother, or friend, or sister, someone you love, someone who needs warmth, comfort, love, in fabric form, in quilt form, intangible, visible, usable, love. You picture them using this, wrapped in this, on couch, reading, watching, movies, resting, the quilt around them, keeping them warm, making them know they are loved, thought of, cared for every time. They use it every time. They see it every time. They touch it. Love made real. Love made fabric. Love made quilt. This thought, this image, makes the arranging more important, more meaningful, more precious. Each square placed with love, with intention, with hope that they will love it, use it, treasure it. Always you begin placing squares on the table in rows, in columns, starting at top left corner, the beginning of all quilts, of all patterns, top left, then right, then down, the way we read, the way we see, the way quilts grow. First square, floral, the delicate, flowers on cream, pretty, starting, strong, then blue, solid blue, rich, deep, beautiful, contrast, light to dark, print to solid, the rhythm, establishing. Third square, the print, the geometric, cream and blue, together, continuing, the pattern, the flow, the rhythm, floral, blue, print, repeat, the simplicity, the beauty, the perfection, down, the first row, 7 squares, across, alternating, almost, not, quite, regular, but intentional, floral, blue, print, floral, blue print, floral, 7 squares, first row, beautiful, already, in potential, in promise, in beginning, second row, below, the first. What next? What pattern? What arrangement? We'll make this beautiful. We'll make this perfect. You try, starting with blue, under, floral, the diagonal, emerging. Yes, good. Then print, under blue. Yes, working. The pattern, appearing, diagonal, lines of same fabric, running through quilt. Yes, this works. This is beautiful. Third row, fourth, fifth, the pattern, continuing, growing, the diagonals, clear, visible, beautiful, running from corner to corner, floral in one direction, blue in another, print in third, all together, creating movement, creating flow, creating beauty beyond what each fabric could alone, the power of arrangement, of pattern, of together. But you pause, consider, is this right? Is this what you want, what they would love, what will be best? Step back from table, from squares, from design, view, from distance, from away. See the whole. See the pattern. See the truth of what you're creating. Yes, almost right. But maybe change a few. Move this floral. There, that blue. Here, the print shifted, slightly adjusting, refining, perfecting the design process, the creative process, the making beautiful process. Try different arrangement. What if checkerboard? Instead, floral, blue, floral, blue, across and down. Simple, classic, beautiful. Also, you arrange some squares this way, looking, considering, feeling. What's right? What's best? What's perfect? Nice, beautiful, but not quite right for this quilt, for them, for this particular gift. Try again, back to diagonals, but different. Start with blue in a corner, not floral. See how that changes everything. The pattern shifted, the diagonal, different, but also beautiful, also right, maybe more right. You stand, looking, thinking, feeling. Which one, which arrangement, which pattern will be the one, the right one, the perfect one for this quilt, for them, for this expression of love? The diagonals, starting with blue. Yes, this one, this feels right, feels perfect. The blue leading the eye through quilt, the floral, adding softness, delicacy, the print, tying everything together. Yes, this is the one. You finalize the arrangement, each square in place, in position, in perfect spot, the pattern complete, the design done. 7 rows, 7 columns, 49 squares, all placed, all arranged, all ready to become permanent, to become sewn, to become forever. This way, you stand above the table, looking down, seeing the whole, the vision, the quilt, not yet sewn, but here, in arrangement, in promise, in potential. Beautiful, so beautiful, already, and will be even more. When finished, when sewn, when quilted, when given, when loved. A moment you take a photo, maybe with phone, to remember this moment, this arrangement before it's permanent, before it's sewn, the documentation of process, of making, of creative journey. The photo shows the squares, the pattern, the promise of quilt to be, or just memory, just seeing, just knowing. This moment, this arrangement, this before, sewing, some quilters, photograph, some just remember. Either way, the moment, precious, the seeing, important, the knowing. This will become something beautiful, something lasting, something loved. Now, the sewing, the stitching, the joining, The making. Real. What was? Potential. The squares must become rows. The rows must become quilt top. The pieces must become whole through thread, through stitching, through sewing, through care. The sewing machine in the corner, on its table, waiting, ready. The machine that makes this possible, this quick. The machine that transforms quilting from weeks to days, from impossible to possible. Beloved machine, trusted machine, perfect machine. You sit at the machine, the chair, comfortable, the right height, everything. Accessible, thread, scissors, seam ripper, just in case. Everything, ready, everything, in place, ready, to sew, to create, to join. The thread, chosen, carefully, neutral thread, cream thread, that will blend with all the fabrics, not show, too much, just hold, just bind, just join. Perfect thread, perfect choice. Thread the machine, through guides, through tension, through needle, the familiar path, the known way. Eyes, still good. Hands, still steady. Threading, easy, natural, done, many times, many quilts, many years. Threading, complete, ready to sew. 2 squares, first 2, floral and blue, right sides, together, edges, aligned, exactly, perfectly. Pins, maybe or not, experienced quilters, don't always. Need pins, the hands? No, the fingers. Feel, the alignment, perfect, without pins, without help, just knowing, just skill, just experience. Under the presser foot, the squares, positioned, the edge, along the guide, 1/4 inch seam, standard, always, 1/4 inch, creates, the right size, the right fit, the right quilt, always, 1/4 inch, foot down, pressure on, the fabric, held, secure, ready, to sew, to stitch, to join, forever. Your foot on the pedal, gentle pressure, the machine starts, the needle, moving, up, down, fast, but controlled, the stitching, beginning, through fabric, through layers, joining, binding, creating, seam, slow, steady, the fabric, feeding, through machine, your hands, guiding, gently, not pushing, not pulling, just guiding, just supporting, the machine, doing the work, the stitching, the joining, you, just guiding, just there, just helping, the seam, complete, first seam, first joining, 2 squares, now 1, connected, forever, by thread, by stitches, by you, the beginning of the quilt, the first step toward whole. Remove from machine the joined squares. Look at the seam, straight, even, perfect, good seam, good start, good beginning. Again, another square to the pair. Now 3, right sides together, aligned, underfoot, foot down, pedal pressed, stitching, joining. Another seam, another connection, 3 squares. Now 1 strip, 1 row beginning. The rhythm, establishing. Pick up squares, align, place underfoot, stitch, remove, the pattern, the process, the meditation of sewing, of quilting, of creating, repetitive, soothing, peaceful, the machine, humming, your hands, working, the quilt, growing, slowly, steadily, perfectly, row by row, square by square, the pieces, joining, becoming, strips, 7 squares, per row, 7 rows, to make. The work continues, the meditation deepens, just this, just sewing, just creating, just loving, the quilt, into being, the first row, complete, 7 squares, all joined, all one, you hold it, the strip, the row, examining, the seams, all straight, all even, all perfect. 1/4 inch throughout, consistent, beautiful. First row, perfect, set aside, ready for pressing, for joining to the others. When all are done, the second row begins. Same process, same rhythm. Pick square, align, stitch. The machine, humming, constant hum, soothing sound, familiar sound, the sound of making, of creating, of quilting. Generations of quilters have heard this sound, this hum, this making. You, part of that line, that tradition, that history of women creating with fabric, with thread, with love, square to square, the joining, clean, easy, the fabric, feeding smoothly through machine, no bunching, no pulling, just smooth, just even, just perfect, good fabric, good thread, good machine, all working together, creating this, the seams, a meeting at each join, the points where 4 squares will touch when rows are joined. These points, important, very important. The precision shows here, the care, visible here, the skill, evident here. Your seams meeting exactly perfectly. The points will match, will align, will be perfect because the seams are perfect. Now, second row, done. 7 squares, joined, beautiful. Another row, another step toward quilt, set aside with first row, growing pile, growing quilt, growing love. Third row, fourth row, the rhythm completely established. Now, no thinking, just doing, just being, just sewing. The hands know what to do. The machine knows its job. You, just guide, just present, just there. The creating happening through you, not from you, through you. The quilt making itself, almost, with you, as vessel, as hands, as love. The sound, constant, the whirring of machine, the needle, punching, through fabric, through layers, so fast, too fast, to see. Individual stitches, just blur, just sound, just happening. The mechanical magic of sewing machine, of modern quilting. What once took weeks, by hand now takes hours, by machine. The gift of technology, of progress, of ability to make more quilts, more love, more gifts in lifetime. 5th row, 6th row, you're back, slightly tired, from sitting, from focusing, from holding, position, but good tired, work tired, creating tired, the kind that comes from making, from doing, from accomplishing. Good tired, satisfying tired, worth it, tired. The 7th row, last row, final row, the last, squares, going through, machine, the last, seam, being stitched, the last, join, complete, 7 rows, all done, all perfect, all ready for pressing, for joining, for becoming. Quilt top, all rows, complete, 7 strips, 7 rows of joined squares, floral and blue, print, together, pattern, visible, in each row, beautiful, already beautiful, and not yet done, still more to do. The rows must join to each other to become the top, the quilt top, the almost quilt. You stand, stretch, important, to move, to change, position, the body, needs, movement, needs, stretch, after, sitting, after, sewing, after, focusing, so long. You stretch, arms up, back arched, feeling the muscles, release, relax, reset, good, necessary, important, the pressing, now, critical step, often overlooked by beginners, but essential, for beauty, for precision, for perfect, quilt, quilters know, press, don't iron, press, means, lift, press, lift, not sliding, not moving, just lift, press, lift, the way, that doesn't distort, doesn't stretch, doesn't ruin, the piecing, the precision, the work, the iron, hot, very hot, cotton setting, steam, if needed, ready, on the board, waiting, to press, to flatten, to perfect, the seams, first row, on board, the seams, you press, to the side, toward, the darker fabric, traditional way, logical way, dark fabric, hides, the seam, the bulk, better than light, the iron, lifts, presses, lifts, the seam, flattening, opening, lying, perfect, flat, beautiful, the steam, rising, if using, the hiss, soft hiss, the moisture, helping, the fabric, flatten, settle, behave, the heat, setting, everything in place, perfect place, right place, each seam, pressed, carefully, deliberately, taking time. This matters, this shows, in final quilt, in final beauty, the pressing, as important as the sewing, as the cutting, all matters, all contributes, all creates, the whole, the beauty, the quilt. First row, done, set aside, second row, same process, but different, the seams, pressed, opposite direction, to first row, this row, right, first row, left, the alternating, the nesting, the secret, to perfect, matching. When rows are joined, the seams will nest into each other, the bulk distributed, the points perfect, the beauty assured, row by row, the pressing continues, alternating directions, left, right, the pattern that ensures perfect matching, perfect joining, perfect quilt, all 7 rows, pressed, perfect, ready, beautiful. You lay them out on the table in order, row 1, row 2, row 3, down to 7, the order, important, the pattern, designed, specific, each row, in place, in position, ready to join, to become one, back to machine, with rows, long rows, 7 squares, long, about 35 inches, each row, the joining, different now, longer seams, more care, more attention, but same process, same steps, same love, 2 rows, first 2, row 1, row 2, you pick them up, carefully, not mixing, order, not disturbing, the pressed seams, gentle handling, always gentle, with quilts, with fabric, with making, right sides, together, the pretty sides, facing each other, hidden, for now, the wrong sides, out, visible, showing, the seams, the stitching, the construction, that will hide, when turned, when done, when finished, the edges, aligned, carefully, precisely, all along, the length, 35 inches, of alignment, of precision, the seams, nesting, you feel it, the seams, from one row, fitting, into seams, from other row, like puzzle, like magic, like perfect, nesting, creating, perfect points, where. 4 fabrics, meet, pins, maybe, for this, long seam, important seam, pins at each, seam intersection, holding, the nesting, the matching, the perfection, in place, while sewing, while stitching, while joining, forever, to the machine, the long row, the joined rows, beginning, at one end, the edge, underfoot, presser foot, down, securing, the fabric, ready, to stitch, to join, to make, 2 rows into 1, foot on pedal, gentle pressure, the machine, starts, the needle, begins, the stitching, through, 4 layers, 2 from, each row, all together, all joining, all becoming, 1, slowly, more slowly than single squares, this longer, this more, important, this needs, more care, more attention, more focus, the edge, must stay, 1/4 inch, the whole length, the seams, must stay, nested, matched, perfect, the whole way, your hands, guiding, the fabric, through machine, not pulling, never pulling, just guiding, just supporting, just there, the machine, doing work, the needle, stitching, the thread, binding, you, just present, just careful, just loving. This, into being, each seam intersection, approaching, slowing, slightly. The needle must pierce, exactly, at the intersection, exactly, where 4 fabrics meet, the point, the match, the perfection, checking, as you go, as you sew, yes, perfect, the point, matched, the seams, nested, the stitching, exact, moving on to next, intersection, next point, next perfection, the seam, complete, the length, joined, 2 rows, now 1, removed, from machine, examined, the seam, straight, the points, matched, all of them, every one, perfect, beautiful, satisfying, good work, good sewing, good loving. 3 rows, now, the 3rd row, joins, to the pair, same process, same care, same love, align, nest, pin, stitch, check, perfect, another seam, another joining, another step, toward whole, 4 rows, 5 rows, the quilt, growing, getting bigger, getting heavier, more fabric, to manage, to feed, through machine, but still, manageable, still, easy enough, still, perfect, process, the weight, you notice, the quilt, getting substantial, getting real, the fabric, the batting, will add, more weight, the finished quilt, will have, good weight, comforting weight, the weight, that says, warmth, security, love, good weight, perfect weight. 6 rows, joined, almost done, 1 more, last row, final join, the 7th row, waiting, ready, to complete, the top, the quilt top, the almost finished top, pick up, the joined, 6 rows, and the 7th, last row, final row, a lone row, waiting, to join, to belong, to complete, the whole, same care, same process, same love, align, nest, pin, stitch, the last, long seam, the final, joining, the completion, of piecing, of top, of this part, of making, the seam, stitching, the needle, working, the thread, binding, you, watching, the final, inches, the final, points, the final, perfection, almost, done, almost, complete, almost, there, the last stitch, the final, 1/4 inch, the end, of seam, of joining, of piecing, done, complete, finished, remove, from machine, the quilt top, all joined, all one, all perfect, all beautiful, all ready for next steps. But tonight, this is enough. You hold it up, the quilt top, finished, complete, both hands holding, the top corners, letting it unfold, unfurl, open, the full size, the full pattern, the full beauty, visible, now, for first time, all together, all one, all perfect, not finished, not yet, still needs, backing, batting, quilting, binding, but the top, the hardest part, the most creative, done, complete, beautiful, the rest will come tomorrow, next week, whenever, but this, tonight's work, done, perfect, beautiful, the quilt top in your hands, you examine closely every seam, every point, every square, looking for perfection, finding, mostly, perfection, 1 point, maybe, slightly off, barely, noticeable, only, to you, the maker, the creator, the one, who knows, where, to look, but overall, beautiful, overall, perfect, overall, exactly, as hoped, as planned, as loved, into being. You drape it over your arm, the quilt top, still warm, from the iron, from the pressing, from the making, the fabric, soft, against your skin, the weight, already substantial, will be, more, with batting, with backing, but already, real, already, quilt-like, already, almost, there. You imagine them, the recipient, their face, when they open This gift, this quilt, the surprise, the delight, the knowing that someone made this with hands, with time, with love for them, specifically them, not store-bought, not quick, not impersonal, but made, handmade, love-made, quilt-made for them. You imagine the quilt, complete, finished, quilted, bound, beautiful, on their couch, on their bed, on their lap, being used, being loved, being what quilts are meant to be. Warmth, comfort, beauty, practicality, art, and utility, together in fabric, in quilt, the quilting still to come, the actual quilting stitches that will hold all layers together, batting between top and backing, all three stitched together, the quilting that creates the texture, the dimension, the actual quiltness of quilt. You've decided already in your mind simple quilting for this, straight lines, maybe, or simple stippling, nothing too complex, nothing that competes with the piecing, with the pattern, just enough to hold, to secure, to add. Subtle texture, the quilting should support, not dominate, should enhance, not overwhelm, simple, perfect, right, the binding. Last step, always last, the fabric wrapped around the edge, covering the raw edges, finishing the quilt, making it complete, making it done, making it ready for giving, for using, for loving. You've chosen the blue, solid blue, for binding, the same as the squares, tying everything together, framing the quilt perfectly, blue binding, perfect choice, perfect end. But tonight, just the top, just this step, just this part, and it's enough, more than enough, perfect enough. You fold it gently, carefully, the quilt top, still precious, still unfinished, but beautiful, already beautiful. The folding, careful, deliberate, not crushing, not wrinkling, just folding into manageable size for storing, for keeping, until next step, until tomorrow, or next week, whenever you're ready to continue, to finish, to complete this love, this quilt. The folding creates new views, new patterns, the fabrics meeting in different ways than arranged. The surprise of folded quilts. Every fold creates new beauty, new pattern, new discovery. You pause, seeing a particular combination of squares together in fold, unplanned, but perfect, beautiful accident. The gift of folding, of seeing differently. Folded, complete, you place it on the shelf with other projects, other quilts in progress, waiting for finishing the quilter's way, always. Multiple projects, always. Something waiting, always. More making to do. The quilt top joins the others, waiting its turn for completion, for finishing, for becoming fully quilt. But already, this one, special, this one, for them, for someone, loved, will be, finished, soon, will be, completed quickly, will be, given, with joy, with love, with the knowledge that every stitch, every choice, every moment of making was for them, was love, was this gift. Tomorrow you'll layer with backing, with batting, will pin or baste or spray, whatever method you prefer, will secure the layers together, ready for quilting, for the stitching. That makes 3 layers, 1. That creates actual quilt. But tonight, this, the top, the piecing, the creating, the joining, all the squares into one. This is enough. This is plenty. This is perfect. Tonight's work, complete, satisfying, beautiful, deeply satisfying. You tidy the workspace, the table, putting away scraps, the leftover bits of fabric from cutting, saved, always saved, in scrap bin for another quilt, for another project. Quilters, waste, nothing. Every scrap has potential, has future, has use, someday, somewhere, in something beautiful. The threads, bits of thread, tiny pieces from trimming, from cutting, from sewing, gathered, thrown away, or kept, depending on size, on color, on quilters, preference, everything, tidied, everything, put away, everything, in place. The tools, returned to homes, rotary cutter, blade covered, safety, always, safety, with sharp tools, the ruler, back, in place with others, the mat, cleared, clean, ready for next time, the scissors, hung, on hook, everything, in place, everything, ready for tomorrow, for next project, for next making. The iron turned off, important, very important, unplugged, even, for safety, for care, for preventing accidents. The iron cooling on board, will put away later, when cool, when safe, when ready. The sewing machine, still humming, slightly. The motor, cooling, from work, from stitching, from making. You turn it off, the switch, the hum, stops, silence, after, the making, the quiet after, the work, good quiet, satisfied quiet, complete quiet, the machine, cover, over it, protection, from dust, from light, from everything, until tomorrow, until next time, until more quilting, more making, more love, the cover, fitted, smooth, the machine, resting, deserving, rest, after, tonight's work, the room, tidy now, clean, ready, for next time, for tomorrow, for whenever, you return, to make, to create, to quilt, the quilter's room, always, ready, always, welcoming, always, full of potential, of fabric, of future, quilts, the evening, complete, the work, done, the quilt top, made, with love, with care, with time, with hands, your time, your love, for someone who will receive this gift, this warmth, this quilt, and know they are loved, deeply, completely, perfectly loved. You turn off the light, the lamp, over, the table, the room darkens, but the work remains. The quilt top, on shelf, waiting. The fabric, on shelves, waiting. The potential, always, waiting. The room rests. The work rests. You rest. Good work. Tonight, good making, good loving, good quilting. The tradition continues through you, through your hands, through your quilts. The tradition of women creating warmth, creating beauty, creating love in fabric, in stitching, in quilts. The tradition alive, always alive, through quilters like you. Good night.